Okay, so a lot is happening in the world of e-commerce and e-commerce search at the moment, and one of which is this week, ChatGPT have introduced a new feature, shopping research. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to test it out, try it out, give you my kind of initial thoughts. So basically, what it is, it just says here, a new shopping experience that helps you find the right products for you. Today, we are introducing shopping research, a new experience in ChatGPT that does the research for you to help you find the right products. Instead of shifting through dozens of sites, you could just describe what you're looking for, find the quietest cordless stick, vacuum for a small apartment, help me choose between these three bikes, etc., etc. So now, this is not what ChatGPT came out with a few months ago with their plans to effectively create an instant checkout within the commerce platform. So the plan is you'll be able to not only research products and do your research within ChatGPT, but eventually you're going to be able to actually purchase products directly from e-commerce brands within the platform. So yeah, effectively you're bypassing the stores, the websites. You won't eventually have to go on to a website to purchase a product, which is going to be interesting to see how well this is adopted. Now, this instant checkout and the agentic commerce protocol, I believe this is being rolled out at the US at this very moment. I think for Etsy stores. And then I think it's going to be rolled out to Shopify stores. So you don't actually, if you run an Etsy store or a Shopify store, you used to have to submit your details here. But now it looks like you're going to be kind of auto enrolled. I think if you just run an e-commerce store and you're not using those platforms, you're probably going to have to submit your details. So yeah, this shopping research feature is not the new commerce protocol that ChatGPT are going to be launching. It's more just do your research, and then you're still going to have to click through to an e-commerce store to purchase that product. So I'm going to test this out now. So all you have to do is click on the plus sign and then click on shopping research. So for my example, and it's a good timing because it's actually Black Friday today. It's the 28th of November, 2025. So I'm going to look for some good Black Friday deals. So I'm looking for a men's watch with a green dial. What are the best Black Friday deals on today? See what it comes up with. Okay, it's doing something. I don't know whether this is my internet or it's just slow. Okay, so this is interesting. So the first thing it gives you is actually a multiple choice kind of drop down. So you can select, what your budget is. So, okay, we're going to splash out. Let's say we're going to buy a watch for $2,000 plus. Okay, so it's giving me more options. Preferred movement, automatic. And we'll want to go for a dress watch. Okay, so it's giving me some images of watches here with green dials. It looks like it's doing something here. I don't know whether it's going to show me any more information, but it's also asking me to give it some quick feedback. So preview and rate. Okay, so I quite like that watch. So more like this. Okay, I don't like this. I don't think that's that watch is anything like the previous one. So not interested. Style. Okay, more like this. This is nice. That's also nice. And then that's a black. So that doesn't actually relate to what I'm looking for. So not interested. Okay, so we're going to say something else. So wrong color dial. Daniel Wellington. I actually have one of their watches, so I'm going to say yes. I do like that. Again, it's okay. So this, if it gives you some good selections, this is good, but it seems like it's just a lengthy process. So I'm just going to skip this, see what happens. Okay. Okay. So that was at the start. I like that process where it's like select your budget, select the style, but then after a while, it was a bit of a poor shopping experience in my opinion. And maybe this is going to present me with some better options. So it is taking its time. Like, let's go, for example, if we were to head over to Google and do this, just while that's loading up, let me see if that, yeah, so it's still loading. So let's just say we're going to go down the kind of traditional Google search route where we don't really need to put a prompt in. We just need to say like men's dress watch green dial. Okay, so we've got some options here. It's giving us an AI overview, which if I'm shopping for a brand, I don't really need. So let's just click on one of the first blue links. Okay, so I'm already on a retailer. Now, it may be that this might be overpriced. It might be out of my budget, but the retailer does give you the option to select the prices that you want, and you can kind of narrow it down. So there's a lot more choice. You've already got a whole selection here of green dial watches. So, again, like, so it's, we're going back to ChatGPT and it's still loading a bunch of options for us here. So this is very slow in my opinion. Like, this would be good. This would probably be a better shopping experience if it was much faster, but the time it would take me to, it's much quicker for me to go over to Google, open up a bunch of links and then start looking. This to me is just not, is way too slow. So I guess first thoughts are, I kind of like those initial multiple choice questions where you could select budget and then the type and the style of watch that you wanted. But this definitely needs work. This is kind of the first step, and I'm sure ChatGPT will improve this over time. But I think at the moment, traditional search, Google search certainly beats that. I mean, I wonder what we get if we used Gemini. Wrong Gemini here. I'm just going to try one of Google's own LLM. Okay. And let's use exactly the same prompt and see what they show. Okay, so yeah, it's giving you the typical text response, but the actual answer and output is far quicker than ChatGPT's new, shopping research experience. But yeah, you can't. I mean, this is not great either because you can't visually see the products. Um, I would like to have seen some examples here that potentially you could click on. Um, so yeah, in my opinion, when it comes to researching products, arguably you could say that um, for certain searches, Google search is still superior. What I would say is, with these AI tools, they are great at giving you an idea. Say you're not sure about the types of brands that you want to potentially purchase. It does give you more information at the research phase. But if you're kind of at the stage where you're like, okay, I know what I want to buy roughly, and you want to be able to kind of quickly visually see what it is that you want to purchase, yeah, I would say my first thought on this is this needs work. This new research, this new shopping research feature is, like I said, it's still loading. Okay, so you can click through here. But then that wasn't clear either. So it's still, yeah. So those would be my, I guess, initial thoughts on this new shopping research feature in ChatGPT. It'll be interesting to see how consumers take to this, adopt this, but I think certainly needs work in terms of the speed of the output and the overall shopping experience when using it.